Sorry, guys.
I don't know.
Morning, everyone. Hello. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Okay.
And here as well, Debbie?
Yes, please.
Right here?
Yes.
Bravo.
Okay, and we're going to go right through these six.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
All right.
Public dedication of the 100th anniversary flower garden and commemorative plaque unveiling. It is certainly a beautiful day for us to be welcoming home Canada's Governor General and his wife. Their Excellencies will be arriving in a few minutes and will proceed through the parade of Guards of Honor accompanied by Mayor Debbie Amoroso and Dr. Roberta Bonder. Following remarks by Mayor Amoroso, Dr. Bonder, and the Governor General, there will be the presentation of 3 Caring Canadian Awards by His Excellency to some very deserving Saultites. That will be followed by the unveiling of the city's 100th anniversary commemorative plaque and the presentation of 2 commemorative benches to their Excellencies. The singing of the national anthem will be led by James Warner Smith and will conclude the formal program. The sign language interpreter is with us this afternoon from the Canadian Hearing Society, providing accessibility to the deaf and hard of hearing individuals in our community are Leslie Soshin and Shannon Tate. We expect that their Excellencies will be with us in a moment. They've just left their past venue. Please have a seat. Certainly my pleasure to call on Mayor Debbie Amoroso to start things off for us today. Mayor Deb.
Thank you. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for being here to share and be part of this very special day. 2012 marks the 100th anniversary of the incorporation of the City of Sault Ste. Marie. This is an important time in our city's history. It's time to reflect upon where we have been in the past and where we're heading in the future, individually and as a community. This beautiful public location for the 100th anniversary flower garden and commemorative plaque has been selected as a lasting legacy for the community, to be enjoyed for the next 100 years and beyond. I'm honored to host their Excellencies during their visit to Sault Ste. Marie, and I'm proud to welcome them to our fine city. At this time, I would like to also acknowledge special guests in attendance this afternoon. We have Dr. Roberta Bonder, Celebrate 100 Honorary Community Ambassador. Brian Hayes, MP for Sault Ste. Marie. David Orizzetti, MPP for Sault Ste. Marie. And Tony Bospas, Mayor of our sister city, Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. We are 2 nations, 1 city.
Certainly my pleasure to again welcome Dr. Roberta Bonder, who is our honorary community ambassador for the Celebrate 100. But I think she's much more than that, because we're really blessed that she has been our permanent ambassador of goodwill and positive reference of our community, and we appreciate that she promotes her hometown at every possible opportunity. Dr. Bonder is also celebrating a special anniversary this year. 2012 marks the 20th anniversary of Dr. Bonder's space journey aboard the Discovery as the world's as the world's first neurologist and Canada's first woman in space. Dr. Bonder is the recipient of many honors, including Officer of the Order of Canada and a 2011 inductee on Canada's Walk of Fame. Her extensive list of accomplishments ranges from space travel and medicine to professional photography and public speaking. I would now like to call upon Dr. Roberta Bondar to say a few words. Dr. Bondar?
Your Excellencies, Your Worship, honored guests, fellow Earthlings. Well, we all are part of history every day of our lives, and today we are going to celebrate the 100th anniversary of the city of Sault Ste. Marie, Big Made a City, and here we have the beginning of the next 100 years. So I don't know about you, but I would like to plan to be around for that. It is a great city, and I'm very, very proud to be from here, and very, very proud to be the Honorary Community Ambassador for Celebrate 100. It has been my pleasure indeed to go forward and speak to a lot of communities about Sault Ste. Marie. I never fail to show a slide that we took from space, an image of the Sioux in its position on the Great Lakes. And I must say that I keep telling people they got to come up here and visit because they wouldn't believe the country. When His Excellency became Governor General, I sent him a note and said, "Well done, sir. Looks like there was something good in the water in the Sioux." This is a time for celebration and a time to come together. We are part of a great province, we are part of a great country, and we certainly are part of a wonderful planet. So I encourage you all to engage in Celebrate 100, come out and support all the events, meet new people, make new friends, make connections with older friends, see if you can recognize them, exchange pictures, and above all, enjoy, because this is a great life, and it's a better life for engaging in our community. Congratulations, Sault Ste. Marie.
Thank you, Dr. Bondar. I'd like to call upon Mayor Amoroso again.
Thank you, and please let me make a change. Representing Mayor Tony Bospas today is Mayor Pro Tem Bill Lynn. So welcome. It is my pleasure on behalf of the residents of the city of Sault Ste. Marie to welcome their excellencies, the Right Honorable David Johnston, Governor General of Canada, and Her Excellency Mrs. Sharon Johnston to our city. As the 28th Governor General of Canada, His Excellency, the Right Honorable David Johnston, is calling upon all Canadians to join in the building of a smarter, more caring nation. Since being installed on October 1st, 2010, His Excellency has traveled widely across Canada, speaking about the importance of giving, learning, innovation, and family, and asking Canadians what will they contribute to Canada as we approach the country's 150th birthday in 2017. Raised in Sault Ste. Marie, His Excellency's twin passions are for learning and for sport, led to an undergraduate degree at Harvard, as well as his induction as a hockey player into Harvard's Athletic Hall of Fame. A lifelong believer in higher education, he holds law degrees from the universities of Cambridge and of Queen's. During a 44-year career in academia, His Excellency served as Dean of the Law School at the University of Western Ontario, as Principal of McGill University, and as President of the University of Waterloo. Born and raised in Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario, Her Excellency, can't say that word today, Sharon Johnston completed her studies in physical and occupational therapy at the University of Toronto in 1966. She later completed a Bachelor of Science at the University of Western Ontario, a Master of Science at McGill University, and a PhD in rehabilitation science at McGill University. Mrs. Johnston began her career as a psychiatric occupational therapist working with young adults at Kingston General Hospital in Kingston, Ontario. She later worked as a therapist at Beach Grove, a treatment center for young children with learning and behavioral problems. When the Johnston family moved to Toronto, she worked in occupational therapy at the Crippled Children's Center. An avid horse riding enthusiast, Mrs. Johnston ran a horse training center for 12 years out of Chatterbox Farms in southern Ontario, which she shared with her husband. The Johnstons have 5 adult daughters and 9 grandchildren. I invite you, Your Excellency, to the podium.
Thank you very much, Joe, Roberta, dear friends. First of all, let me say what a delight it is to see an old and dear friend, Roberta, and share this podium with her. This is a very special place. I was reminded that my sister worked for Roberta's dad, Ed, at the Public Utilities for 4 or 5 summers, and so our association friendship goes back a very, very long way, and we cherish it. Yes, there's something very special about the water in Sault Ste. Marie. I used to give speeches about what's in the water in Waterloo, and I was in Windsor one time giving that speech about 7 o'clock in the morning at a Chamber of Commerce breakfast, and I began with that title, What's in the Water in Waterloo, and an individual jumped up from the back row and he says, "Whiskey!" And I said, "Wait, sir, Seagram's, Joseph Seagram's, 1856. He says, "Yeah, but Hiram Walker in Windsor was 1 year earlier." What's special in the water here for me, of course, is I was Sharon's first date at Sault Collegiate many, many years ago, and we were just up to the site of the Sault Collegiate a few hours ago, now a wonderful retirement home, and this is our 48th wedding anniversary today. And when we got off the plane, the airport this morning, we said, we have come home, and home we have. It's a wonderful honor for Sharon and me to be recognized by all of you and to be with Roberta and others on this 100th anniversary of our hometown. It's also a tremendous moment in time. It was 100 years ago to the day that my predecessor as Governor General, Prince Arthur, the Duke of Connaught, visited Sault Ste. Marie to take part in the incorporation of the city. In fact, a banquet was held in honor of the Duke and his daughter, Princess Patricia, at the Algonquin Hotel, just a stone's throw from the Johnston home on Woodward Avenue, 123, and not much farther from Sharon's family home on 43 Summit Avenue. So we really do feel at home. This city has a rich and proud history, and on a personal level, it's full of meaning and happy memories for me and for Sharon, and for our 5 daughters who regularly through their teenage years and earlier came to spend 3 or 4 weeks each summer with Sharon's mom and Sharon's sister, Barbara, and brother-in-law. And when I was speaking at the Rotary Club, the two of us spoke earlier today, we were speaking about a smart and caring nation. And a smart and caring nation comes from smart and caring communities, which compounded, of course, make a nation that is smart and caring. And I said, if you wanted to know where to start in building a smart and caring country, I have 2 words as to where you should go, the Sioux, because this is a place where values are very deep and very important. Anyone who returns to the place in which they grew up know how the stories come flooding back. There's so many memories for us in Sault Ste. Marie, and they're very precious to us. We're just at a lunch banquet with the members of the 1958-59 SCI Sault Ste. Marie Collegiate Wildcat football team. And you know, the wonderful thing about memory is you forget your defeats and you magnify your victories. We almost were undefeated that season. We lost 6-0 in a game to Escanaba, and I can relive every play, including the play 3 times with 1 yard to go that we didn't make. But we've forgotten that. It was a season without any losses whatsoever. This community very simply made us who we are. We are a product of Sault Ste. Marie, and the values that we hold dear come from this community, and we'll always be so thankful to the many people in this community that helped to raise us. It takes a village to raise a child, and we were raised by a series of villages, and I could name 100 and more people, each of whom had a direct influence on me, and Sharon could do likewise. The centennial anniversary that we celebrate today also provides us with an opportunity to revisit the past, but to do it together as a community. Much in the city has changed over the course of the past century, so allow me to highlight just one enduring and significant factor, and that is the proud and generous community spirit. This is a community of giving. That sense of community is what brings us together today, and it's the reason for the continuing vitality of this city. Our visit has already brought us into contact with some wonderful people who are doing great things for the city and the region, and we're looking forward to hearing more about the projects and plans over the next 2 days. En tant que gouverneur général, j'ai le privilège de pouvoir rencontrer les Canadiens et Canadiennes dans leur communauté et de parler directement des défis et des possibilités en perspective. À tant d'égards, Sault-Ste-Marie est un territoire essentiel du nord de l'Ontario et le succès de cette ville revêt une grande importance pour le mieux-être général du Canada. You may be aware, as I mentioned earlier, that Sharon and I have dedicated our mandate to fostering a smarter, more caring nation. In doing so, we place particular emphasis on learning and innovation, on volunteerism and philanthropy, and families and children. And as Debbie mentioned, we have 5 wonderful daughters. People used to say to me, 5 daughters, don't you wish you had a son? And I said, sir, you haven't met my daughters yet. And 9 grandchildren, and our 9th little Tommy Joseph was with us this past weekend, born 5 weeks ago to number 5 daughter Sam, who was in Boston. And we had all the cousins together, and you could be sure that Rideau Hall rocked when I were all there. I know that you, the people of Sault Ste. Marie, are working hard to improve the well-being in each of these spheres: family and children, learning and innovation, philanthropy, and volunteerism. And like this anniversary, your achievements and hard work deserve to be celebrated. At heart, this centennial year is a testament to your successes and to those of your predecessors over the 100 years in building this great community. I'm so delighted to see that 100 years on, Sault Ste. Marie continues to shine as a unique and progressive city. Your contributions are vital to the smarter, more caring Canada that we dream of, and that's why I'm so proud to share my roots in this community wherever I go, this community that raised me. Thank you for this wonderfully warm welcome to our home. We wish you a grand celebration. Merci.
Thank you, Your Excellency, and in keeping with the theme of Caring Canadians, we'll now proceed with the presentation of the Caring Canadian Awards. In November of 1995, the Honorable Romeo LeBlanc announced the establishment of an award to honor Canadian volunteers, the unsung heroes of our communities. The Caring Canadian Award recognizes individuals who volunteer their time to help others and to build a smarter and more caring nation. We are pleased to present 3 Caring Canadian Awards to our citizens today. I would like to invite Diane Marshall to the stage. Diane Marshall of Sault Ste. Marie, Ontario. Diane has enriched the community of Sault Ste. Marie through her volunteer work. She has devoted her time to countless charitable organizations, including the Canadian Cancer Society, the United Way, the Council for Exceptional Children, and the Sault Area Hospital Board. As a Rotary Club volunteer, Ms. Marshall traveled to India at her own expense to participate in a polio eradication and immunization program. She traveled to a mountain village in Honduras as a member of a mission team building sandwater filters, and as a team leader for a group study exchange in Norway in 2010. Closer to home, she developed the Rotary Fest Kids Zone, recruiting, scheduling, and training hundreds of volunteers. She coordinates the local Christmas Cheer program, which provides Christmas baskets to over 1,800 local families each year. Most recently, she was the vice chair of the Scotties Tournament of Hearts held in Sault Ste. Marie in 2010. Diane Marshall a enrichi la vie de la collectivité de Sault Ste. Marie par son bénévolat. Your Excellency, Diane Marshall. Thank you, Diane. It's my pleasure now to invite Jean Wyatt to the stage. Your Excellency, Jean Wyatt has made an outstanding contribution to her community. She volunteers with such organizations as the Alzheimer Society, the VON Hospice, and the Royal Canadian Legion. She's part of the Red Cross Emergency Response Team and has been deployed for domestic disaster management several times. Ms. Wyatt was also a singing Santa for several years, visiting the seniors' homes and hospitals. Today, in her capacity as Branch Council President of the Red Cross, she's been able to bring attention to the needs of seniors and to underscore the contributions that they can continue to provide to their communities. Jean Wyatt a contribué d'une exceptionnelle à améliorer le sort de sa collectivité. Elle fait du bénévolat pour beaucoup des organisations. Your Excellency, Jean Wyatt. Thank you, Jean. It's now my pleasure to call on Charles Chuck Vernelli of Sault Ste. Marie. Your Excellency, Chuck Vernelli has been involved with the Sault Ste. Marie Military Family Support Group ever since his son was killed while deployed in Afghanistan. Since that time, he has never refused a request for assistance, including driving to Toronto to participate in Highway of Heroes processions and putting up yellow ribbons in support of our troops. He has volunteered on committees for 2 golf tournaments, Red Friday Golf Fun Day and Algoma Family Services Golf for Kids. A retired teacher, he has also been active in planning and raising funds for a new playground which will be named after his son. And he has established an annual bursary for the most outstanding grade 8 student at Queen Elizabeth Public School. Chuck Vernelli est un membre actif du groupe de soutien aux familles des militaires de Sault Ste. Marie depuis que son fils a été tué après avoir été envoyé en Afghanistan. Your Excellency, Chuck Vernelli. Thank you, Your Excellency. I'm now going to call upon the Mayor again to describe what will happen next. Mayor?
Thank you again, Joe. I'm very pleased today to showcase and describe the features of our 100th anniversary flower garden. As you can see, that's beautifully there and themed this year for Celebrate 100. Both sides. Check the other side out later. The garden will be community themed every summer season for many years to come for residents and visitors to enjoy. A legacy commemorative plaque on the adjacent boulder reads, City of Sault Ste. Marie 100th Anniversary Flower Garden and Commemorative Plaque. On April 16, 1912, an act to incorporate the City of Sault Ste. Marie was passed by provincial legislation. A century later, the city remains an important commercial and industrial center with a vibrant cultural mix of 75,000 residents. The 100th Anniversary Flower Garden and Commemorative Plaque are dedicated to the people of Sault Ste. Marie, past, present, and future. Dedication ceremony presided by Their Excellencies, the Right Honourable David Johnston, Governor General of Canada, and Mrs. Sharon Johnston, April 29, 2012. Additionally, 2 commemorative benches are features of the Legacy Garden to be enjoyed by all citizens for years to come. Engraved with wording which reads, in honor of the visit of Their Excellencies, the Honourable David Johnston, Governor General of Canada, and Mrs. Sharon Johnston, August 29, 2012. I am pleased to symbolically present the benches to Their Excellencies, and I would now like to invite Their Excellencies, along with Dr. Roberta Bonder, to join me in the unveiling of the 100th Anniversary Commemorative Plaque.
Dean of Law at the University of Western Ontario. The school was about 20 years old, and we had not honored the man who had given the large gift to build the school in the first place. We decided to remedy that by erecting a plaque in his honor in the front foyer. And his spinster daughter, age 91 or 92, was going to be there to unveil the plaque. And we had great ambitions that she would be so moved by this occasion that she would provide another large gift so that we could double the size of the school. So the great day came, and the Chancellor gave a very nice speech, and the President gave a very nice speech, and I gave a speech. And she and I came over to unveil the plaque. And on the count of 3, Debbie, as you just instructed us, we whipped the veil off the plaque, and there, staring us in the face, was the centerpiece from Playboy magazine. And she was not amused, and didn't get the gift to double the size of the school.
Ladies and gentlemen, I will now ask that you please stand for our national anthem led by James Warner Smith.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. Quand on bras s'est porté le père, il s'est porté la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we
we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes today's formal ceremonies. I'd like to thank all of you for attending this afternoon and for providing such a warm welcome to our very special guests. Their Excellencies will be departing shortly to continue their visit in our city, but they have assured us that they're going to remain for a few minutes to meet and speak with as many of you as is possible. And while you're speaking to him, you might want to point out to him the picture of him in the paper today in other years. I don't know if anyone has pointed that out to him yet. Your Excellency? Oh, I think if you look, you'll see. It's a great photo from other years. It's about 50 or 55 years. Anyways, thank you for attending, folks. It was a great ceremony, and thank you all for participating, Your Excellencies. Indeed, we're very proud to have you back home.